So guys, morning once again. The Guyanese Critic is coming to you from Edinburgh on the west coast of Demerara, and this is just outside for I think the Lenora School is a fairly new school. There are places like Queen's College and President's College and so would be old school, but it's just outside the Lenora Secondary School, and over there is Edinburgh. So right now, as we speak, there's a major disruption to the electricity supply in the west coast, West Bank area and East Bank, ESSEQUIBO. What would have caused that? I'm just gonna give you guys a quick update as to what GPL is doing, because nothing like knowing. If you don't know, you end up in problems. So there is the changing over of a transformer, and we're going to talk to the technical persons just now. There's also some installation of concrete poles. As you know, we use mainly wallable posts, and the contractors here are making preparations to move these concrete poles into place. These are the new poles that GPL is putting in as part of their infrastructural upgrades, and the intention is to ensure that we don't have a constant case whereas you gotta be putting in every couple of years you're putting in new poles. So these posts that support the main network are going to be concrete now, right? There's one aspect of why you have electricity disruption today, and again, we're expecting not to have this in a few years. Not every day you're hearing you gotta maintain, you gotta do this and you gotta do that. So these are the holes that are being dug to put down the concrete poles that would ensure, because these wallable posts, there's gotta be changed every couple of years. When you put down the concrete poles now, you're not gonna have to do that. So let me give you guys a quick run through. This is the compound, and this is like if you notice all the main lines coming in here. So the electricity supply comes in here and is regularized through transformers. So you see concrete pole, them guy put in wallable post, them guys put in concrete pole here. So this whole place is going to be transformed, and hopefully in a few years we are not going to be a level of redundancy is going to be built up in the system. So we'll not be talking about electricity disruption, because what's going to happen, GPL will have so much networks, extra energy and everything else being generated. You will have a case whereas when one system goes down, another one is there to support it. So this is the compound and this is the plan, and I'm gonna just keep my distance. They cut off the high voltage, but me no electrician, me no, I can't speak on that thing. So what's happening, I think we can get one of the guys to explain to us just now, but from what I've been told, so this transformer is the one that was in use at least up to 9 o'clock this morning. That transformer there, the operation is going to be transferred to that transformer. This transformer is a 10 whatever the wattage or voltage, how it is checked, is 10, and that's a bigger transformer. This one is 20. So the intention and what this whole operation here does is regularize your electricity supply to a level that is safe in your home. And when we say safe, there's no fluctuation of electricity, a stable electricity supply that in tune does not cause any damage to your electrical equipment in your home. So wondering why is GPL doing this and all them, then that does the importance for things like this, right? So for those of you who just tuned into the Guyanese Critic Live, I'm coming to you from Edinburgh, and on the the west coast of Demerara, and just outside there is the Lenora Secondary School, just across the road. And GPL is doing some maintenance here where they're moving They're installing a new transformer, and that is with the intention of providing a better service to the Guyanese citizens. It's unfortunate that every time there's some upgrade, they're affected, or we're affected in a certain way. But with what I'm seeing and the way GPL is moving and how it's going forward, I think in a few years we will be at a place in Guyana where there will be a certain level of redundancy in the system. And redundancy meaning, okay, if you look at here, the electricity supply comes in from the back, comes into this substation, and then it goes out through the front and is distributed to people's homes. But if you look, there's one line system here. One system in, one system out. The lines at the back there, only last year I was here when they were changing poles and changing hardware and lines and all these kind of things. So constantly GPL has to do that and deal with maintenance. Hopefully in the future, with the method that GPL has deployed, you'll have a system whereas you have two sets of lines coming in. So if there's a need to repair one line, you could move to a next system, whereas the customer will not be affected. We are not there as yet, but hopefully we'll get there soon. So I'm hoping this has been some bit of an enlightenment to you, for you to understand why you're having a 6-hour disruption today. Yes, it will last for 6 hours, and hopefully a regular electricity supply will be back on by 3 o'clock this afternoon. So customers, there you have it. The Guyanese Critic has explained it as simple as I could. Bear in mind, I'm not an electrician, but none of us are, or most of us are not. But we need to understand why we're affected, and what is going to be happening in the future as it relates to these kind of things. Nonetheless, the processes moving forward is not as a result of a want or a genuine need to disrupt your electricity supply. But look, you got these young men up there, and they are working to ensure that you have a solid electricity supply, right? So bear up. And again, I am thinking that in a few years I don't want to have to be here saying